When you're breathing out, it's up. Must keep up. It's just the stomach that's going in. And breathe in. And again, pull out.
Wow, how do you get them to listen to you like this?
I think it's mutual respect. And I think if you give somebody something that they really enjoy doing and you make them good at it, then the listening comes easily. I started conducting Wits Choir in 1995, but my first choir I conducted at the age of 18.
Wow.
So that's quite a long time.
Looks like, you know, music is your life.
Music is my life. For me, the criteria for being part of the Wits Choir is that it's not so much about your voice as it is about your listening capabilities. That's all it is. So if you can convert the sound that you hear into the correct pitch, I can train your voice to sound really great. And this is not a group of soloists. It's a group of people who make music together. So you will have soloists, and people have improved, I'm sure. Lots of the choir members will say that they've learned a lot about singing technique, as Matumelu just did.
In my previous choirs, we just used to sing. And ever since I've joined the Wits Choir, I've learned how to use my diaphragm, how to, different mouth shapes for different sounds, and yeah, basically I've learned things like that. Pardon, ma'am?
Technique.
Technique. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for,
For somebody who has commitment, has enthusiasm for what we do, who's passionate about Wits Choir and singing, who has got a good ear. The rest we can sort out. So have you got a good ear?
I don't know. I'll probably join one of the sessions.
Wits Choir means a lot to the university because we actually embody what the university strives for. Our motto is excellence through diversity, and that's exactly what the university stands for. So our diversity determines what our repertoire is, how we do things, how we dress. Everybody on stage has the same uniform but different colors, different patterns. You will hear this choir singing an Afrikaans hymn. You'll also hear this choir singing a song in Tsonga. You'll hear this choir singing an African American spiritual. I've had some really wonderful times with this choir, and I think being here for now 17 years, something must be working, otherwise I wouldn't still be here. I think my biggest achievement is that at last the university is actually acknowledging that we are of tremendous value to them and are giving us the credit and are sponsoring us financially. The tour that affected my life the most, not musically, but my life in general, was a tour that we had when we went to Kenya, and we were in Kenya for about 2 weeks. And it was really seeing Africa as Africa, not there going to a safari park or anything. We were hosted by the choir from the Nairobi university, and we saw Kenya as it is. We met the president then, was out of Moi, but it made me realize what we have in South Africa. It made everybody in the Wits Choir come back and realize that we have got a beautiful country. We've got a lot to be thankful for.
What's important about the choir, besides the music that we do, is this feeling that every South African can change South Africa. And if we work together, this happens. And it sounds very idealistic to say it and a little bit cheesy. But that's really what we do. We go out into the world and we're honest with our audiences. We really like each other. So we don't just pretend when we're on stage, you know, we're honest about the music, we're honest about how we feel about what we're singing about. And Deline picks the repertoire in such a way that it says something, it has meaning. Yeah, so to be ambassadors for what this country can be and what we can achieve if we just work together.
It's not just a choir, it's not just we meet here every Thursday, it's the same in often different places. You really like get to bond, especially with the tours and the camp. We perform together so much and you start gelling and become a unit, you make friends, like, and you really connect like on a deep level.
From a musical point of view, I think the US tour we had last year, because musically we were better than we've ever been going on tour. But then for real camaraderie and for fun and for lots of laughs, I think it was the Argentina tour, because that was, it cost everybody in the Wits Choir 800 Rand to go on tour, other than the airfare. But we stayed in very strange places. We slept on buses. But it was one of those tours that you will never, ever forget. And the Argentinian people were amazing. The big plans for this year, it's Wits Choir's 50th birthday this year. So we are turning 50 and we are going to celebrate it by doing different repertoire. We're going to do repertoire from the 5 decades. So when the choir was started in 1962, so we're doing songs from the 60s, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So that's a complete different thing for Wits Choir to do, because we usually stick to the South African, especially if we're touring overseas. But we're touring, I think, locally this year, and we're celebrating 50 years, and we're premiering 4 works that have been specially composed for Wits Choir.
Alakula, tikukuti tamizi